The 2021 NFL Draft is about 2 months away. Chris Lovitt and I recorded our second mock draft of the year. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more NFL videos. Moving on to number 6 with the Eagles. Last time I had them picking Jamar Chase, and I'm sticking to kind of that they're still going to pick a wide receiver, and that leaves them with Devonta Smith. I mean, yeah, like I said before, there were some concerns maybe that his frame is not quite as there as some teams might want, but he still won the Heisman last year, of course, and he showed like what an asset he can be when he went like crazy in the college playoffs in the final with his 3 touchdowns. So yeah, he's definitely gonna help Jalen Hurts. What do you have at 6 with the Eagles?
I've got the Eagles taking Micah Parsons, and it's probably not the sexiest pick that they could make. I'm sure Hertz would love another wide receiver, but the Eagles were extremely bad at covering all tight ends, covering running backs out of the backfield, and they could really do with a guy like Micah Parsons in the middle of that defense. And the way he blitz, the way he creates pressure, the way he's so solid in the run game. I think he's perfect for. He's just what Philly needs there. So yeah, while it might not be the explosive offensive player, I'm sure most of the Philly fans want. I think Micah Parsons is going to be an excellent linebacker, and I think he'll be a perfect fit in Philly. And then moving on to number 7 with the Lions, I previously had them taking Justin Fields, but now with Fields off the board, I think they get Trey Lance. I probably don't expect him to start next year. I think he'll probably sit behind Jared Goff. I think the Lions would like to see what they have with Goff first, and obviously if Goff does play well, then that it will make his trade value go up slightly if they do try to trade him. But I think Lance is definitely a player who isn't ready to start in day one, and I think he would benefit from sitting behind a quarterback for a year. And he's quite comparable with Justin Fields. Most of the same tools. He's very mobile, strong arm. The only knock against Trey Lance is due to his conference and the way his scheduling was in college football. He didn't necessarily play against the top competition, but if you look at his tape, there's some Patrick Mahomes type of throws on there. And yeah, he's definitely one of the most intriguing prospects. And yeah, I've got the Lions taking him at 7.
Yeah, just like you, I had Fields before going to the Lions, but now I think they're just gonna give Jared Goff a chance, and they have so many holes on defense. They were pretty much the worst defense in the league last year, so they just need to take the best defensive player that is on the board. And for me, that is Micah Parsons because he's still there on my board, and yeah, he can just do it all as a linebacker. He can cover, rush the passer, stop the run. He's just the most complete guy with incredible side to side range. And yeah, obviously he set out 2020 season, but his 2019 alone, yeah, puts him in that top 10 with the Lions. And yeah, going forward with the number 8 pick, I have the Panthers. I had the Panthers take Zach Wilson before, and I still think they're gonna take a quarterback to sit behind Teddy Bridgewater if they don't trade for Deshaun Watson. Obviously, that could still be a possibility, but because all the other QBs are gone on my board, then I have them taking Trey Lance. And just like you said before, he's kind of more like a project or a guy that definitely needs to sit for a year because he just has a lack of experience, especially in 2020. He could barely play. He could almost no, he couldn't play any games really because of how the scheduling worked out. But he has all the tools and a lot of upsides, and is worth the risk at number 8. And what do you have there?
So for number 8, I think Joe Brady would love to get his quarterback of the future here, but with the top 4 QBs already gone, I think he gets the next best thing for his offense, and he gets Devonta Smith. And I know there's some knocks against Devonta Smith. He's undersized and whatnot, but anyone who's watched college football or over the last 3 years has seen him do it in the highest games. He's caught the winning touchdown of a national title game. He's won a Heisman. I know that doesn't always translate to the NFL, but I think Devontae Smith is just going to be a fantastic weapon, especially if used in the way that we would expect him to be in Joe Brady's system. So even though he can't get his quarterback of the future, I think he gets an excellent weapon to use on offense for whoever is the quarterback there. Yeah, and at number 9, I've got the Broncos taking Caleb Farley. This is the same, same pick that I had to them last time. I think the Broncos won a lot of games with a fantastic secondary in previous years, and I think they might try and emulate that. Farley's got the speed to run with the receivers that you need when you're in the AFC West. Coming up against receivers like Henry Ruggs and Tyreek Hill on a regular basis, and he's also got the size as well. He's one of those corners that has all of the physical traits that you would need to play the game, and I just think corner is such a premium position, especially when you play in the AFC West. And I think the best corner on the board is Caleb Farley, so I've got him going to the Broncos at number 9.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. I had the Broncos take a linebacker last time out. I had them take Jeremiah Owusu-Okoroma from Notre Dame last time, but I do think they need a good corner up there to kind of just rebuild that great defense. If you're in the same kind of in the same division as Pat Mahomes, you need a good corner. And like you said, Caleb Farley is the best corner out there. And then if we go to the number 10 pick and the Dallas Cowboys, I think they're going to go with a cornerback as well because they had a horrible defense, and especially in the secondary. And I think they're going to pick Patrick Surtain from Alabama and reunite him with his former teammate Trevon Diggs to give them a very promising young tandem at cornerback. And obviously, Surtain comes from a great NFL family because his dad played in the league as well for Miami and Kansas City. And he just has great length and discipline. The only issue might be his speed, but overall, he's a very solid corner. Yeah, who do you have at number 10 for Dallas?
So previously, I also had Surtain. I've now gone with Kyle Pitts, and it's probably not the smartest pick, especially as they've got their offense definitely isn't the problem, and they used their first round pick last year on CeeDee Lamb. But I just think when you get to 10 and you look at who's still available, I think Kyle Pitts could be such a matchup nightmare, especially for the other teams in the NFC East, that I think it might just be too good to turn down here. He's 6'6", 240 pounds. He runs like a wide receiver. He catches like a wide receiver. He blocks like a tight end. I mean, he's the ultimate kind of hybrid that you look for these days. And I just think he might be too good for them to turn down here. So I've got them going with Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, and then of course we cannot end our mock draft without speaking about our two teams. He's a 49ers fan and you as a Colts fan. So I have the 49ers who pick at number 12, taking either an offensive lineman or a cornerback here because I can see them trading up, but because we're not going to do any trades, I cannot see them taking the 5th best quarterback available in Mac Jones. So I think they would either go with Rashawn Slater or otherwise J.C. Horn from South Carolina, who's a great corner that played 3 seasons in the SAC, and he has everything you want in size, length, and physicality. The only thing that is kind of iffy with him is sometimes his tackling ability. He had a lot of missed tackles, but overall he would make the secondary much better. He would be an immediate help for that secondary. Yeah, and what do you have for your Colts at number 20 now that you got Carson Wentz as your new QB?
Yeah, so now with the QB sorted and with us still having a first round pick this year, I think the best case scenario for the Colts, we need to replace the left tackle as Costanzo retired. Obviously the offensive line being the big strength for the Colts, and there's already quite a lot of cap space used there, so I can't see them signing one of the big free agents like a Trent Brown or maybe trade for Orlando Brown. So I think they'll draft a left tackle, and I think the best case scenario would be if Christian Darrisaw is still on the board. If you look at that guy's tape and you just see him, mauling people, him next to Quentin Nelson would just be unreal on the left side of the line. And yeah, I think the Colts try and grab their left tackle of the future. So I've got them taking Darisaw with pick 21.